Man, I have to beg for a subscription, dog. Alright. No, but just subscribe, brother. I'd be lying if I didn't say content could get lonely sometimes. My name is Ricardo. I'm a medical doctor in Jamaica, and I've recently found a new passion in content creation and filmmaking. Like any journey, content creation has challenges, but this is exactly why you should connect with other creators. The moment you begin to interact with other people is the moment you realize that you're actually not alone, and there are people out there who do share the same ambitions and who have similar dreams. For the past year or so, I've basically been doing all my excursions with friends, until one day I got another opportunity with the Cliff Hotel. It was the second visit. I went there once before. They loved the work, they were impressed, and they invited me again. But my friends couldn't come this time, and I'm not gonna lie, it had me a bit worried because I was like, who is gonna help me to film? Who is going to help me come up with all these ideas? It was a complete mess, right? At least in my head, not in reality. So after a while, I was like, even reconsidering taking up a second opportunity with the Cliff Hotel. I feel like I gave myself a mental block. I told myself that because my friends couldn't come, it wouldn't make any sense. I didn't know how to improvise. I didn't really think much about solo filmmaking. Haven't really had much experience just using the tripod alone, and I started to overthink the whole thing. But let me tell you something. I think the mind is the most powerful thing that humans possess. It can either make you or break you. So when I spoke to the marketing manager at the Cliff Hotel, I started asking her questions. I was like, I started asking questions about other content creators that were gonna be there, because it was like a creator residency. So they recruited other content creators from all over the world, and I didn't really know what to expect. So I started asking some questions like, who are these other guys? Are they cool? Are they easy to get along with? Are they easy to talk to? Stuff like that. Because at this point I was like, who's gonna film me? And who am I gonna film, right? So I had to start thinking about how I could set up my tripod. But anyways, when I got to the Cliff Hotel, I began to realize that you need to get out there. You need to find other creators. You need to collaborate. You need to link up. You need to network. You need to socialize. Because content creation is like starting high school or starting university. You find out who is in a class, you look around, find out who you can gel with, who you can talk to, who you can be friends with, who you can build relationships with. And some of these relationships will last a lifetime. Some may be short-lived, which is fine. But the point is, you have to find out who you can meet. Because only then will you realize that a lot of these people share the same ambitions. And then you get to realize that your dreams aren't that crazy.
I love Jamaica.
And it's not all in your head. There are actually people living the life that you want to live, and there are people who aspire to live the life that you want to live as well. So please get out there. So I spent 5 years in medical school, and through those 5 years I didn't get to spend that much time with friends that I had from high school. We're still friends to this day, and I'm still close to all of them. And every time I came back home, it was almost like I never left, and it was almost like we didn't go separate ways. It was still very cool, we're still very close, everything. But I realized that there are people who I met in med school who made med school easier for me, because medical students studied together, share the same struggles, and through that we're able to survive together. Likewise, in anything in life, you have to find like-minded people in order to make the journey a bit easier. In content creation, you have to find other content creators to make the journey a little bit easier. All I'm trying to say is, find some people who share similar goals. If you want to make money, find some people who know how to make money. If you want to become fit, find other people who are fit or who also want to become fit. If you want to be a creative, find people who are also creatives. This is the way it will get you through. Trust me, the journey can be lonely, but you can make it less lonely by finding like-minded individuals. It may sound a bit cliche when people say get out of your hometown, but it's true. You have to get out of your hometown. And it's quote unquote. You don't necessarily have to fly way across the world to meet new people or anything like that. No, it's just about trying to network, put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone, and stop worrying too much. Stop overthinking. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. Sometimes you have to follow your gut. Now I want to give a special shout out to Eunice, Maz, Nick, Kathy and Lola, Didi, Michelle, because they're basically my new friends. And I met these people at the Cliff Hotel residency. I was all in my head. I was scared that I wouldn't be able to make good content, and I've made the best content in my entire life working with these people. People who are also passionate about content creation. People who genuinely believe that they can make a life out of content creation, and people who share similar dreams. So guys, this was a short one. Just wanted to share some value, something that has helped me continue this journey so far. As usual, like and subscribe. I promise to drop at least one video every single week as of now until I reach 1,000 subscribers, and even after I reach 1,000 subscribers, one video a week. Until then, peace.